Welcome back to the channel that always brings you the juiciest stories, the kind of updates that make fans sit at the edge of their seats, wondering if their heart can handle it. And today, buckle up, because what we're diving into is not just gossip, not just speculation, but one of the most jaw-dropping topics that fans across the world cannot stop whispering about: the shocking facts about Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's marriage that most people still don't know. Now, before we dive into the hidden truths and secrets behind their story, let's take a moment to remember who we're talking about. Wang Yibo, the multi-talented star who has conquered acting, singing, dancing, fashion, and even professional motorcycle racing. Then we have Xiao Zhan, the man with the golden voice, the heart-melting smile, and acting chops that can turn the simplest role into a masterpiece. When these two collided on screen in The Untamed, the world didn't just get a hit drama, it got the beginning of a phenomenon. But behind the fame, behind the cameras, and behind the staged interviews, there has always been a wave of speculation. Were Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan just co-stars, or was there something deeper, something far more personal binding them together? And now, rumors have reached a fever pitch. Because whispers of marriage, secret ceremonies, unspoken promises, and shocking confessions have been making their rounds. Fans call it destiny, critics call it scandal, but whatever side you're on, you can't deny the electricity whenever their names are mentioned in the same sentence. And today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal some surprising facts about their so-called marriage that will blow your mind. First of all, let's talk about how this entire marriage rumor even gained traction. It didn't come from some random blog post or an anonymous fanfiction. It started with a series of strange coincidences matching jewelry, synchronized travels, carefully timed public appearances, and words that seemed harmless to the average ear but sent fans spiraling into decoding mode. One of the most persistent theories is that Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan actually had a private ceremony, not the kind with lavish decorations and paparazzi, but something intimate, away from the spotlight, just between them and their closest circle. And while there's no official document to prove it, what keeps the rumor alive are the subtle signals they've both given in interviews, like when Xiao Zhan was asked about love and he smiled in a way that fans swear was directed toward Yibo, or when Wang Yibo casually mentioned commitment during a variety show, only to cut himself off and laugh it away. Now here's the part that most people don't know. Insiders claim that there were indeed talks of commitment between the two, but not in the dramatic way tabloids like to spin it. According to people close to the pair, their bond was built not on flashy gestures but on quiet, consistent loyalty. While the entertainment industry thrives on rumors, betrayals, and shifting alliances, Yibo and Xiao Zhan reportedly found comfort in having one another as anchors. In a world that constantly watches their every move, their supposed marriage, whether legal, spiritual, or symbolic, was their way of saying, "We choose each other above the noise." One surprising detail that fans rarely hear about is how they support each other in private. Wang Yibo, known for being reserved and stoic, is said to open up only to Xiao Zhan, sharing frustrations and fears that he never reveals on stage. On the other hand, Xiao Zhan, with his cheerful and polished exterior, has been described as leaning on Yibo whenever he feels the weight of fame pressing down. Marriage, in this context, doesn't just mean rings and vows, it means finding someone who gets you in ways no one else does. And that's why their story feels so powerful, almost unshakable, despite every storm thrown their way. Of course, with such a heavy rumor, you'd expect denials, clarifications, or at least some kind of official statement. But that's where things get even more interesting. Neither Wang Yibo nor Xiao Zhan has ever directly addressed the marriage rumors. They've dodged questions, laughed them off, or changed the subject, but never once have they outright denied their closeness. For many fans, that silence speaks louder than words. Because in the entertainment industry, if something isn't true, agencies rush to squash it immediately. Yet, in this case, the rumors linger like a carefully preserved secret, protected by the two men at the center of it all. Now let's dive into another hidden fact that often gets overlooked: their families. Word has it that their families, while protective, have grown to respect the bond between them. There are even stories of them spending holidays together in the most discreet ways possible. No public photos, no flashy posts, just quiet moments that slip under the radar. And this adds another layer of intrigue. If the families are supportive, does that mean there's more truth to these marriage whispers than the world has been allowed to see? Then comes the travel stories. Fans with eagle eyes have spotted them in Paris, in Japan, in secret hideaways that somehow escape the mainstream media. Coincidence? Maybe, but let's be honest, in an industry where schedules are tightly managed and public outings are carefully calculated, how often do two mega stars just happen to be in the same place at the same time without it being intentional? Exactly, almost never. And these coincidences stack up until the picture starts looking less like random chance and more like a carefully guarded love story. Another shocking detail many fans don't realize is how their professional paths continue to cross in ways that feel almost scripted. Even when they're not working on the same drama, endorsements and brand events seem to align. When Xiao Zhan gets invited to a fashion show, Wang Yibo is spotted in the same city. When Yibo headlines a music festival, Xiao Zhan is suddenly rumored to be nearby. For fans, these are the breadcrumbs that point towards something bigger, a relationship that goes beyond business. But perhaps the most heartwarming and shocking truth about their alleged marriage is how it has become a silent rebellion against an industry that doesn't always allow love to flourish openly. The entertainment world in China, as glamorous as it looks, can be ruthless when it comes to personal lives. Relationships are hidden, denied, and sometimes even broken apart by pressure from agencies or fans who want to preserve an idol's image. For Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, to choose one another, even if only in private, is an act of courage, and that, more than any legal paper or public declaration, is what gives their marriage its legendary status among fans. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why hasn't the world seen proof? Why no leaked photos, no official documents, no confirmation? The answer might surprise you. It's because both men are masters of privacy. Unlike many celebrities who can't resist teasing fans with hints or who accidentally drop clues on social media, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are extremely disciplined. They understand the power of silence, and they wield it like pros. Their ability to keep fans guessing is what keeps this story alive. Making every little glance, every matching outfit, every accidental slip of the tongue feel like a clue in a treasure hunt. And here's where things get really interesting. Fans often debate whether it's better for them to stay silent forever or to one day confirm everything. Some argue that the secrecy makes it more magical, it keeps the fantasy alive. It keeps fans engaged. It keeps the love story larger than life. Others desperately hope for that one groundbreaking interview where they finally admit, "Yes, we chose each other." Either way, what cannot be denied is that this rumor-turned legend has already etched itself into fandom history. It's no longer just about whether they're married, it's about what their bond represents: loyalty, courage, and love in the face of unimaginable pressure. So, when we talk about the shocking facts of their marriage, we're not just talking about ceremonies and rings. We're talking about a hidden world of shared secrets, quiet support, and unspoken promises. And perhaps the most important fact of all, the undeniable connection between two people who met as co-stars but somehow became much more. Whether you believe the marriage is real or symbolic, whether you think it's fact or fan-fueled fiction, one thing is clear: Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's story is one of the greatest modern legends in entertainment. And that's why fans around the world are so captivated. As we wrap up today's deep dive, let's take a step back and appreciate what makes this story so powerful. It's not just about love or marriage, it's about hope. It's about the idea that even in an industry built on image and control, real connections can form, survive, and maybe even thrive. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, whether intentionally or not, have given fans a love story to believe in. And in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, that's something truly priceless. So, what do you think? Do you believe the whispers? Do you think Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are secretly married? Or do you think this is just one of those fan-fueled myths that got out of hand? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because you know we love reading every single theory, every single analysis, and every single heartfelt message from you guys. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this journey into the surprising truths behind Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's marriage rumors, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you never miss the next update. Because trust me, in this fandom, the stories just keep getting juicier. Until next time, keep believing, keep smiling, and remember, sometimes the best love stories are the ones that don't need to be shouted from the rooftops, they're the ones quietly written between the lines.